Let's see right here. Let's start the stream there. Start the stream here. Save the stream here. Okay. And we live. All right, all right, all right. So we're trying to start this again, if you will. Hey, what's up? Hello, hello. What's up, Melissa? Bueno, bueno. How's everybody doing tonight? Um, so we're having some technical difficulties earlier on. I was having all kinds of stuff happen over here, but hopefully everyone's smoother this time. Hey, you like the? I like the hat. I like the Blue Jay hat. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, Britt Brad? How's it going? All right, and let me go ahead and hit live here, if you will. And let me do one other thing before. Okay, so we're good right there. Hey, what's up? Shout out to everybody that's tuning in today. Really appreciate you guys. And let me see one more. Where was it? Streaming software update. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that, Britt Brad. Highly appreciate that. Let me get this over here. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Are we live? Are we not? No, sir. Let's pop up this chat here. Pop out. Hey, I'm glad I found your lives. Hey, thank you, Jazz99. Highly appreciate you. Let me ask you something. So, what do you get? What do you get from these lives? What in particular do you like, or what information is being put out that you like, if you will? All right, so I got this. We are live. All right, so right now we're waiting for a phone call from prison. Once again, from Centinela State Prison. We're gonna be having, well, not a new individual, but an individual that hasn't been on these live for quite a few months, and he has some news that he wants to share with us. And he's been in prison for a long time. Me say I always love court stuff, so I just enjoy it. Okay, for sure, for sure, Melissa, nice. All right, so yeah, you guys get these. We tune into these court hearings, and we get to see like the first initial appearance. But from those initial appearances, we don't know what happens with the individuals after they end up in prison. And with these phone calls, it gives us a small window into what prison life is like. Hello, hey, what's up? How's it going? I think that's Mariah. I can't see, man. I gotta get some reading glasses. I get some glasses I could read in that small print now, cause man, they never tell you as you get older, your eyesight starts getting worse. Hey, what up, Quinn? How's it going? Let me see. Inky FYP, gracias, highly appreciate it. Let me see. Judy, what up? How's it going? Let me see. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Hey, I can't complain. I'm breathing. I got good health. So that's all that matters at this point. What up, Tasha? How's it going? And we should be receiving a phone call in a few minutes now, unless the tablets go down. If you guys have an incarcerated loved one, Rebecca, nah, not right now. If you want to watch court, I actually have two streams right now going on YT. I currently got Pima County and I got Maricopa County, but obviously I won't be participating in those because I'm currently going to be participating on this collect call, if you will. Judy, I'm good. Thank you. Hey, good. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. Yeah, the courts. I won't be back on until tomorrow morning. Let me see. Melissa, have you been on since you left this morning? So when I left, yeah, I had been on, but it was briefly. I jumped on, and then I had some other things come up here in my household, so I had to cut the stream. So I wasn't on that long. But tomorrow I should be able to be on. I should be able to be on for a lot more hours tomorrow. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we have we're gonna be doing some parole board hearings. I think tomorrow we're gonna be doing Iowa, and then this week is gonna be a few different states that we're gonna be doing when it comes to these border parole hearings. So definitely be on the lookout. I think Iowa starts at about 7 a.m. So I'll either start it at 7 or maybe right after 8, just so I could just go ahead and run it continuously. Let me see, Tasha, how are you? What happened this weekend? You were not on. Hey, so it might surprise you, but I got a job. I got to work. So whenever, if I'm not on, it's either I'm working or I got other household stuff going on. So I wish I could be on a little bit more, but I already put in a lot of hours when it comes to these streams. Hey, what's up, Jill? How's it going? So yeah, so whenever I'm not on, I got other I got other stuff going on, and then the weekends normally I'm not on, and there we go. We got that call coming in, and let's go ahead and get it.
This call is now being recorded. You have a prepaid call from
Ricky Black.
an incarcerated individual at the Centinela State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
Cinco.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's happening, my man?
What up if it isn't my man, Ricky Black?
Sir, what's going on, Jane?
Man, Ricky, just right here. We're waiting for your call. I got everything up and running, so we are currently live on two platforms. And then so I want to introduce you to our audience here at Collect Call From, and if you could also introduce yourself, Ricky, and give the viewers here some of your background. Who you are, where you're at, and where you're headed.
So my name is Ricky Black. I've been incarcerated for 25 years. I'm in Centinela State Prison. I recently went to board on Wednesday of last week and was found suitable again for parole. So in about 4 months, I'm hoping to, get the sandy beaches out there in LA somewhere. Go to my transitional home and start my life. So that's where I'm at.
Thank you, Ricky. And I just want to go ahead and confirm with you guys that are listening. Are you guys able to hear Ricky clearly, or how does it sound for you guys? I want to make sure that you guys could hear him good before we get into his journey, because he is gonna be sharing a lot with us. Okay, you guys could hear him good. All right, perfect. Yeah. Oh, let me see. Somebody put kind of low. When you speak, Ricky, would you are you holding the mic closer to your mouth?
Yeah.
You are. Yeah. If you could
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
holding it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. All right, perfect. Let me see. So I'm gonna read out some of these comments right here that we got. Let me see here. Let me see. We got a comment from Melissa. She writes, "Congratulations." We also got
Nice.
we got Jeanette. She writes, "Hi, Ricky from Wales, UK. Good luck, Ricky." So recently we've been able to get some individuals listening in from across the pond. Great Britain,
Awesome.
Ireland, and those regions
Yeah.
and whatnot. So it is interesting, when we do have them on.
Dude, that's
So
great.
yeah,
That's great.
all right,
Yes,
and
sir.
we got Sancho 310. He writes 25 years, crazy, damn.
I know. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And let me see, we got a question from Brenda. She's asking, what did he do to get there?
So you want me to answer that, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Ricky.
Yeah. So I was involved with gangs at a young age, and wind up got involved with a situation, man, where I killed one of my associates from my own gang. For breaking the rules, of the gang and the gang code, and wind up receiving 3 life sentences, or well, 2 originally for that, and then another assault with a deadly weapon. I got another additional life sentence on that, so that's why I'm originally in prison.
Thank you for sharing that, Ricky. We got Ross coming in from Scotland, and let me see, and then let me see who else do we have. We got somebody coming in from Hawaii. We got Palms is coming in from Hawaii, and he writes from Hawaii. Quick question: do you have family support?
No, not really. I'm kitting out on my own. My entire family, not my entire family, but uh, have all passed away since I've been incarcerated. Both of my daughters live out of state, so I'll be out here in California by myself. But I got friends. There's a big lifer community here, so I'm gonna do well.
Yeah. Man, well, I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm excited for you to, walk out them gates. So, for anybody that's listening right now, definitely be tuning in around August, sometime in August when Ricky walks out them gates, because we're definitely gonna be there, coming to you live and direct. We're gonna be streaming it live on TT. So
nice.
make sure you guys mark down your calendars, call off for work, and sit in with us because we're gonna be doing a little bit different than other platforms do it. We're gonna be doing some live calls. We're probably most likely gonna be speaking with Jesse and David while we're waiting for Ricky to come out, and then
Yeah,
we're gonna go and transition over to uh to Ricky as a free man.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm hoping you still got that. I'm hoping you still got that bike. I might need it.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna talk to Big Joe or Blue.
Yeah,
He's the one that has it. So I'll talk to
yeah,
him to check what the status of that bike is, and if he has it, then we'll go ahead and set
yeah,
that up. So get that on in your hand, so you could be mobile and you'll be able to be moving around wherever your destination is at.
yes. I heard that's a big thing. It's better to be on a bike than on the bus. So absolutely.
All right, all right. So you know what? So with you, Ricky, some interesting things happened with you last year. You were found suitable for parole, and there was some hiccups that ended up preventing you from coming home because you were supposed to come out in January. There were some issues
Right.
where when these parole board hearings take place, they're supposed to document them, transcribe them over from audio into what is it they transcribe them into writing, and then in your
Yeah.
case that didn't happen. There was some issues with the audio, so whoever was transcribing them, they weren't able to get accurate information, and they ended up taking your data away. Nothing that you had control over. They took your data away. You recently went back to the in front of the parole board, like what was it, a week or two ago?
Yeah. Wednesday. Last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday, and
Yes, sir.
and you were found suitable once again. Yeah, and I know you were worried because you don't know who you're going to get on your board, or what's going to happen. It's not guaranteed that they would also find you suitable. What was the difference between this hearing and the last hearing, or were they similar?
Well, this hearing was. There's Here's the thing. Even though I was found suitable,
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
even though I was found suitable last year in September, because the audio was so butchered that they couldn't transcribe it for the public to view it. So I had to do a whole new hearing over. And what they do is they set the hearing out for the earliest possible calendar date, and that's usually 6 months out because they schedule everything in 6 months increments, right? So they set me out an additional 6 months. So setting it out in 6 months, I had to get a new panel, meaning a new commissioner and deputy commissioner. And so when the new panel comes in, they're starting from scratch, right? So uh, the difference you would think, you know, this new panel coming in that, they're going to be like, hey, you were found suitable, da da da. This is just going to be a cakewalk, and we're going to, this is what we got to do. But that wasn't the case. they told me from the very beginning, like, hey, we understand you were found suitable, but we can't consider that. This is going to be a full panel review today, or it's going to be a full hearing review today. We're going to have to go through this thing from the very beginning. So ultimately, what happened was I had a 2 hour hearing with a brand new panel going over all the issues, life crime, post conviction stuff, and then ultimately, parole plans. But, I got to tell you, man, that I had a commissioner out of Sacramento who was an ex police officer, and his name was Mr. Snyder. And, I've been to 4 parole hearings, and he's by far the best commissioner that I had, because throughout the hearing, he kept checking the recording to make sure it was being recorded. And he kind of made it as a running joke throughout the hearing. He goes, hey, let's check in to see if this recording's going. And he would check in with the deputy commissioner. So I knew going in that they weren't going to strip me of my date or anything like that. But I still had to answer the questions. I had to still get everything on record. And, this commissioner, he's known for the kind of guy that he is. He's a legit guy. He's interested into the details of your crime because he was a police officer. So there was a lot of questions in regards to that. And, but ultimately, man, they found me suitable again. And, I didn't get all emotional. It wasn't nothing new or nothing like that, man. It was just like, hey, just something that I had to do. But it feels better today than it did then when I was found suitable. I don't know. I don't know how that is, but this time around, I just feel completely different about it.
Yeah, man, that's man. I mean, when you sent me that message, you let me know that you got found suitable. I was like, man, like, I'm glad, you got the same result as you did previously, because that would have sucked if you would have, you would have went back and they would have found you not suitable when you were suitable just a few months ago, and due to some circumstances that were out of your control, you would have been in between a rock and a hard place, if you will.
Yeah, that's easy to do too. New confidential information, any write-ups that I may have got in that 6 month period waiting to go back to board, anything like that could have derailed me being found suitable again. So, there was, it is what it is, man. Thankfully, I'm at a good place right here in Centinela, man, and I was able to maintain. So, it's all worked out.
And speaking of Centinela, I know it's going through some transitions right now where they're flipping. It's called flipping the yard when since it got switched over right to NDS now.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how has that transition been? They're bringing in individuals that I'm assuming don't want to be there, and it adds a twist or a wrench into your day to day when these individuals get there. Has anything happened since these changes took place?
Yeah. Surprising enough, non-designated facility is what India stands for. And these non-designated facilities mean these are institutions or prisons that you can go and do your time, rehabilitate yourself, and go home, right? But for some reason, out here in California, people don't want to go home. They don't see this as an opportunity to come, change their life, change their behavior, go home to their family sooner, and get out. They don't see it like that, and that's what this opportunity is for these new facilities that California is opening up. So they come here, and we had a bus on the day I went to board. A bus came in on Tuesday night. So Wednesday morning, we had like a 19-man riot in Building 4, and I'm waiting to go to board, and we got a riot going off over here in this other building. And I was able to look out onto the yard, and I could see these guys running out of their building, attacking, guys. And and then some guys were just running out to get out of the way. But it's crazy, man. I don't understand it. Like, if you could send me a place to where I could get an earlier out date and go home and be with my family, like I'm gonna take it. But for some reason, man, these guys, man, they come here and they don't want to stay. They don't want to program. They don't want to change their life. Because when you fight and get in trouble, you lose time, and you got to stay in prison longer. And that's what these guys do, man. They come here, and this is a programming yard, and they want to fight. They want to jump on people, and leave. So I don't understand it. I don't get it.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Let me ask you something. But I mean, at one point, you had that mentality, right? When you were younger, and
You have 60 seconds remaining.
you were living that life, right? Where
Yeah,
you were putting other things, before your freedom. So
yeah.
yeah,
A
yeah.
lot's changed though since then. Like I had that attitude too as a kid, right? When I was younger,
Hmm.
things were totally different though. Things were totally different in prison than they are today. Back in the day, the whole prison system, I think was still like in the shadows. And but today everything's out in the open, man. There's a lot of people that have insights into prison and what's going on in California prisons. So I just don't know why people ain't being educated, man, on that. Like, hey,
Yeah.
they're letting. Not only are they locking people up for the rest of their life, but they're also letting people out of prison too, like myself. You know. But I gotta call you back right now.
All right, for sure, Ricky. We'll be waiting, and I'll read out some of these comments for you right now when you call back. All right, right now when Ricky calls back, I'll go ahead and read off some of your comments, guys. I do appreciate you guys, tuning in. And let me see. CM Glide writes, move to Canada and get away with any. How old is he now? I'll ask him right now when he calls back. Love this, James. Thank you. What was he in for? He took somebody's life, or he ordered somebody's hit, and somebody's life was taken away over 25 years ago. But I'll go ahead and ask him all these questions right now when he calls back. Hey, malicious Scorpio, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me say thank you, Inky. Appreciate that. Let me see.
This call is now being recorded. Global Tel Link. You have a prepaid call from
Ricky Black.
an incarcerated individual at the
25 years.
Centinela State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this
What up,
call,
Kay?
say or dial 5 now.
Cinco.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I want to read some of these comments off to you right here. We got a comment from Only Truth in the Works. Writes, congratulations to Mr. Black.
Thank you.
And let me see, we got another comment over here on this side. Let me pop out the chat so I can read it because my eyesight's kind of getting bad. Ricky, need some reading glasses
Oh,
now.
mine already is. Mine's already bad. All right.
Jacob Robinson writes, I'm praying for you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me see. And then let me see. Palmas is asking me, will you help him when he gets out? I am gonna help him. I'll help him. You know, when he does get out, I'll try to set some things up. But I'm limited as far as what I could do. Once they come out, I try to make those connections with them. With the outside world for organizations or individuals that could help them out better than I can. So in that way, that's one way that I do help out. But as far as like monetary wise or things like that, unfortunately, I can at this time. I'm not set up for that, but hopefully, one day in the future, I will be able to, do something like that for them. Let me see.
Hey, that bike's going to be a big help. Okay. All right.
So what Ricky's talking about is, last year we had our first release. We had Big Joe come out of prison after 27 years, and I had an old bike here, a Diamondback bike that I didn't use anymore, and Joe was in LA, so I ended up transporting that back to LA, and he used it for a few months while we were out there. So that bike, since Joe he's a mobile now, he has a car now. Hopefully we could get that bike to Ricky Black's hands, and he'll be able to utilize and take advantage of that bike.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Let me see. Do we have a picture of you? Let me check if I got a picture of Ricky Black somewhere here around here. Let me
Yeah,
give me one moment.
you do.
I do. I got it on my phone though, but I'm using my phone. I'll try to. You know what? Send me a message, and I could get you that picture for Ricky Black in your hands if you do want to see it. Or you know what? Or if you want to see his picture, if you jump onto my YouTube page, I actually got it up on the. Hold on. Let me take a picture of the picture, and I can put it up on the screen like that. Let me see. I got this. I got this handy dandy phone in my hands right now, Ricky. So like that, if anybody's curious to see what you look
Sure.
like, I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen for them. And just give me a moment here. Just bear with me. It's not gonna be the best picture because it's gonna be a picture of the screen here.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and get that up for them. So this is Ricky Black right here. That was in.
I guess what they can't see is I'm a hippie. I got long hair.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got the picture when you got your hair kind of trimmed down. That was the one I'm putting up on the screen for
Yeah.
you right now. So that's
The
Mr.
one in the white tank top. The one in the white tank top.
No, no, no. The one that you're in the orange. You have the orange suit, and then you have
Oh,
your hair's like kind of buzzed down with a clipper, not shaved though.
where's the white tank top one at, man? You put mug shots up on the screen on me?
Yeah,
Scaring
that's the one.
people.
Oh, that's right. The one you sent me from the visiting room. I got it somewhere around here, Ricky. I got so much stuff around here, Ricky, that man, I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and add that. I'll go ahead and hey, K put he forgot to shave the spot under his lip.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's gone. That's gone today. I definitely did.
Yeah. Hey, let me see. And
Yeah.
I got let me, somebody put a comment here. Solana put, "Hi James, I received my package today, and was the happiest mail ever." So I've been mailing out stickers to some of our audience whenever they ask me. So that's what she's
Yeah.
talking about right there. Hey, you know what? I got a
Okay.
question. I got a question from Sancho 310. They want to know how old are you? How old are you now?
Oh, I'm 54.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
54.
54.
Damn.
Yeah. You know, right?
Let me see. And then I got a question from J2 Fresh, and he's asking, can you ask him if they changed A yard or is it still the same from 2007?
It's still the same.
Still the same.
Yeah. It's still a level 3.
Let me see. Jay's Creations and Customs Rights. He's cute. Damn, Ricky, you still got it, Ricky.
Listen, I don't know why you don't have my picture with my slingshot. All right. I don't understand this. Putting mug shots up there. All right.
Hey man, you know what
You
they
can't smile in a mug shot.
you know what
You can't smile in a mug shot.
they say they love a man in a uniform. They don't care if it's if it's a mechanic uniform or a prison uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my first date in 25 years. All right. I don't think I'm going to get one with the mug shot.
Oh man, hey, you'll be all right, Ricky. You'll be all right as long as you're breathing. You got a pulse, Ricky, and you got that lit service. You'll be a okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, hey, I got a question from Howard. She's asking if you could tell your younger self one thing, what would that be?
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
And, and,
Yeah.
and did you drop out of school at a young age, or were you able to finish high school? How did that work out for you?
Man, I was bitching in the 5th grade. All right.
Fifth grade.
And it never stopped. Yeah. And it never stopped after that. I just kept bitching.
Let me see. And then we got a comment from then they're asking he was 29 when he went in. You were 29 when you caught your case, Ricky?
Yeah, yeah, sure was. 29. Some good math, I got to say. Whoever did that, that's good math.
Yeah. Let me see. We got
Yeah.
Sancho 310 who writes he wants the ladies to see him in the slingshot.
Yeah.
Selena
We don't want
writes,
no mug shots out there.
let me see. Gio El Paisa, I guess he showed up a little bit late. A little bit late. He wants to know why you're currently in prison.
Murder. I killed somebody.
There it is. Brittany is asking, why? What does a day in prison look like?
A day in prison? I guess it's better said this way, right? Because I've thought about this a lot, this question. You live the same day over and over and over every single day, right? So my day started off like this. I woke up at 4 o'clock, cleaned my room, washed my clothes, pulled my tablet out, my laptop, started doing my schoolwork because I'm in college. So I got a psychology class. I got to get my schoolwork done. I do it early in the morning. Went to breakfast at 6:30, 7ish. Came back, worked out from worked out for about a half hour. Then I went to trade. I'm in small engines. I fix all the lawn equipment around here. Worked in small engines until 1:30. Came home, showered, uh, started working on Jesse's PTA, and then went to dinner. And we had some garbage, some spaghetti with some sauce. I don't even know what it was. And then I went to college. I had college at 5, and I stayed there until 7:30. And I came home, and now I'm on the phone with you guys. That's my day every single day. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped. I went out the yard and worked out after work from 1:30 until 2:30, and then I came home and showered. But that's my day every single day. I do that every day. I wake up at 4 and I do the same thing every single day. That same routine.
And you know, and it's interesting that you say that because a lot of people think that you're in prison and you just sit around and you don't do anything all day. And so sometimes I'll tell my wife like, hey, or they're going to school and they're like, she's like, they go to college? I'm like, yeah. She's like, man,
Yeah,
I would think that they're just hanging around in the yard all day playing basketball or handball or something like that. But uh, this adds a different perspective that you just shared with us to let everybody know that's not I mean, not everybody does that in prison.
my day. Look, I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to start my homework or anything that I need to do. You know, before I leave my cell. And then, like I said, like there's other things that I do, also self help, but also like because I work in vocation, doing outdoor power equipment, small engines, things like that, like lawnmowers, driving lawnmowers, generators, weed eaters, edgers, all of that stuff. I fix all of those. So I'm there for until 1:30, 1:32, right? And then I come home and I go work out on the yard if I can. If the yard's open, I go out and I work out for 45 minutes. Come home, shower, and then I got other things to do. Call anybody that I need to call on. Be in touch with whoever I need to do, and then I'm back to work, man, doing my schoolwork and getting ready for class at night. At 5, and come home. Sometimes, like one class I have at 5 and one class I have at 4. So it's from 4 to 7. And then I come home and, I got about an hour, to just chill and relax. And then, I go to sleep because I get up early. So I go to bed at like, 8 or so and then wake back up at 4. So it's busy. Like
It's
I'm busy
nonstop.
all day long. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with that. I'm gonna move on to a different question, Ricky, because we do have a numerous questions coming in. Let me see. We got a question from Kimmy, and Kimmy's asking, "What is his plan after getting out?"
I'm going to be doing boat repair and boat upholstery with one of my good friends working at his company, and so that's my plan.
Thank you, Ricky. And then I got another question. I'm gonna jump on another one, and I'm just gonna try to keep it moving because we do have a lot of questions in. If not, then I'll get like 100 questions behind like I normally do. We got a question from Only Truth in the Work, and he's asking, I'll send up a prayer for him too. If I may ask, what are his plans to be successful on parole?
Yeah, I'm set up at a transitional housing unit in LA, so I have to go there for 6 months. And there's a lot of things that they do for you as far as job training and helping you find a job and things like that. Rent's free. You got to buy your own food and things like that. But after that, like I said, I got a real good job. I'll be making real good money, uh, doing boat upholstery and also doing boat repairs. So and if I can, if opportunity comes up, man, to where I could reach back out to the recovering community, especially in any of the kids. I'm really interested in doing some work with them, man, and hopefully, I can help them with my testimony, steer them down the right path. So that's something I'll be looking into, beyond this too. I think giving back is real important, especially for the youth.
Thank you for that. Thank you for answering that, Ricky. Sorry, my daughter just walked in. She was showing me a drawing right now, so I got a bit
Ah,
distracted there. Let me
yeah,
see. Yeah. She wanted to download an
You
app.
have 60 seconds remaining.
She wanted to download an app on her phone, so she couldn't verbalize what app it was. She drew it for me, so I could understand the point she was trying to get across.
nice.
Yep. I know the call's about to hang up. I'm gonna ask you a question right now, so you could answer when you call back.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
We got a question from Sancho 310, and he's asking, um, if you still think about what you did and how it affected you.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll call you back.
All right. Cool. Perfect. Thank you. All right, guys. So I know I know I'm behind on the questions, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to get through all your questions. So just be patient. If you don't have any patience, then it's gonna be a rough Friday, if you will. I hope you guys are doing good tonight. What is it? Today's Monday. Today's my first day off, and man, I'm excited for tomorrow. We're gonna be doing some border patrol hearings in Iowa tomorrow morning. So if you guys like listening on these parole board hearings, we got Iowa in store for you tomorrow. And this week is gonna be we're gonna be all across the United States. I think every day we're gonna be doing a different state. So definitely stay tuned because we're gonna be bringing in those border parole hearings. Also, we're covering the TK. I always say TK, but it's TK 47 trial in San Antonio, Texas. Let's see.
This call is now being recorded. Link. You have a prepaid call from
Ricky Black, an inmate at California or Centinela.
Ricky Black.
There it is.
an incarcerated individual at the Centinela State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Man, hopefully the phones don't start acting up. Did it register?
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
Cinco. There we go. Damn, that
Thank
almost
you
took a
for
minute.
using Global Tel Link.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Savino, my man.
All right, all
So let
right.
me get this right.
Mhm.
So the question is, when I think about my crime, how has it impacted me, or how I feel about it today?
Let me read it back
Is
to you.
that
So
like,
he wrote. I'll go ahead and read it exactly how he asked it. Ask him if he still thinks about what he done. If so, how does it affect him?
Like, I absolutely think about what I've done, but it's been 25 years and I've thought about it every single day. So the impact isn't as impactful as it once was. But today, when I look back at it, I can't believe I was so lost and confused that I thought being a gang member and killing another gang member was okay and that was acceptable. Like today, I can't even believe that I even thought that that was okay. Like that, like taking another human being's life because they did something I didn't like or the gang didn't approve of was okay. There is nothing about that that's okay. There is nothing about taking a human life like that that makes it okay. So when I think about it, I can't believe that I was so confused in my warped belief that that was acceptable. It's just it's shameful and it's embarrassing to think that that's who I used to be. Like I look back at it and I don't even recognize myself. I don't even recognize myself.
And let me ask you something, Ricky. So when the decision was made to take that individual's life, was were you the one that made the decision, or did that come from up top?
Yeah, ultimately, it was definitely a order that I got, and I had it carried out in the neighborhood. But uh, it's interesting, that somebody can order that.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Not only that, somebody can order it, and there will be somebody there to do it. Right? Like that is just crazy. That is just crazy that gangs and gang members play God like this is okay. Like nobody believes in the death penalty in California, but yet we got death row, right?
Yeah.
But yet gang members every day kill each other. Yet they say that they're loyal and they're honorable and they have integrity and they have all these principles. When truth be told, they simply don't. So yeah, looking back on it, it's shameful.
Thank you for sharing that, Ricky. I'm going to go on to the next question or next comment. We got a comment from Jeanette, and she writes, "Ricky, I believe people change, stay strong and positive."
Yes, thank you.
Let me see. We got a question from Tasha. She's asking, "Does he stay in contact with his family outside?"
I do. I do. I have two daughters. I got two grown daughters, adult daughters. So yeah, I stay in touch with them.
Thank you for sharing that. Let me see. And then Selena wrote, she wrote, "That's someone taking advantage of his time instead of just doing time." So she's referring to when you were talking about going to college.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
Let me see. We got Stacy. Stacy wants to know, when are you gonna get out?
Uh, this summer I'll be out this summer. Before it's over, maybe I can have some fun. All right.
Go catch some waves.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. The next question I got is from Emily, and she's asking, does he share a room, or are you by yourself? Are you single celled?
No, I'm by myself. By myself.
And is that because they don't have enough people in there that they have you single celled, or are
Yeah.
you on single cell status?
No, they don't have enough people to fill the cells up right here, so I don't have a cellie.
All right, and then we got a question from Hillary, and she's asking, let me see, has all his time been served in the same prison, or were you transferred?
So let me see. In 25 years, I've been to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my seventh prison in 25 years. Prison number 7.
And On your scale of worst prison, what would be your worst prison you were at in those 25 years?
Corcoran shoe, hands down, Corcoran shoe.
And why was it the worst prison? The only reason I'm asking is because some of our audience, they might not be familiar with Corcoran State Prison, because like I mentioned earlier on, we got people from all across the world, tuning in. So can you paint a visual for us?
Okay, so Corcoran shoe, you're locked in your cell 23 hours a day. There's no ventilation. And it's in the Central Valley in California where the temperatures get up 117, 118. And the cells are concrete cells. So you sleep literally in your boxers and you live in your boxers all day long with a man right beside you on a concrete slab too. So there's a bunk on the left and a bunk on the right, and they're concrete slabs. And it's literally so hot in those cells that you have to lay there in your boxers, and you got to sponge yourself off with like water and a rag like 3 or 4 times a day. It's absolutely just like humid and hot. And the only clothes you get is a jumpsuit. You could, at the time that I was there, you could only go to the store and buy like $35 of food. And they took all the food out of the containers and put them in paper bags. So all your food would go to stale within a couple of days, or the ants would come in and attack your food. We couldn't have toothpaste. We had tooth powder. Our toothbrush was the size of your pinky, and you had to use tooth powder to brush your teeth, which is basically like baking soda, and it tasted like that. Uh, you had a one razor the size of your pinky, and you had that razor once a week, and like it's one of the worst razors that you'll get. The food was horrible. I don't know if I mentioned that you're in your cell 23 hours a day. Uh, let me see. It gets so cold in the wintertime, let's say January and February, that you're freezing. And because you can't have no beanies, you can't have no long sleeve shirts, can't have sweats, thermals, or anything like that. You just absolutely freeze to death. And what you have to do is learn how to make your own long sleeve clothing and your own beanie to wear to keep your ears warm, things like that. Uh, the staff there is real controlling. There's no educational opportunity.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Uh, there's no opportunities there whatsoever to better yourself, and you live like that. You got to wear like everything that they give you is state clothing, which is, I don't know if you ever see people in the orange jumpsuits. Well, Corcoran Shoe has yellow jumpsuits, and that's what you wear everywhere you go. Visiting is behind glass, so if anyone comes to visit you, it's for 1 hour and it's behind glass, so there's no human contact, and there's not an ounce of kindness anywhere to be seen. So it's not the best place to be.
Thank you for shedding some insight on that. I have seen some of those specials on MSNBC, Locked Up Raw, where they did go into Cork and Shoe,
Yeah,
and I do recall, those yellow suits that you're talking about, and you tie them up in the front, right? Are those the ones you're
yeah.
talking about?
They
Yeah,
got like a little,
yeah,
yeah, they got little strings in the front that you tie up.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then I also did see that when you would get your canteen, where they would open up your bags of chips and they would put them into these paper bags and everything. They would put them. I was like, damn, that
yeah.
sucks. 'Cause like you just mentioned, everything goes stale. And then not only that, but damn, you got ants attacking your food. So, uh, I guess it was a good thing that you could only go $35 deep, because if you go if imagine all the food that's gonna go to waste within that time.
Man, you eat it.
Yeah,
You eat it. You let it go stale, and you put water on it and you eat it. All right?
Yeah.
You're so hungry. You're so hungry back there. What you do is you put all your chips and your rice and your soups all in one big bag, brown bag, and you make like a trail mix. And you and your celly every day, like when you're ready to eat lunch, you will get a half a cup full of this trail mix and you'll put water on it
Hmm.
and you'll let it sit for 10 minutes until, it gets soft. And that's your lunch. You eat that with, whatever else you got handy, the bologna sandwich that they might give you and the bread. But everybody lived like that, and then, we got packages once a year, but, you shared your stuff with other guys there, who needed things too. So it didn't go far, but, you know, I gotta say, I've never been that hungry doing time in my life, in my career. Like you absolutely starve there. It's ridiculous.
Wow, man, that sucks. Uh, and they mess with your food. So, man, hey, thank you for sharing that, Ricky. I'm gonna go on to the next one. Let me see. Hillary's asking, did you have a drug or alcohol addiction?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I did early in my life. Yeah,
And that, do you think that factoring into?
love alcohol. I love alcohol.
Oh, okay. Did you mess around with the Bruno, that prison hooch?
I did. I was a white lightning maker. I always made white lightning. It was a hustle that I had in here, and I took care of myself for years making white lightning.
And white lightning, what would be the on the street? What would that be, like whiskey, or what would that be, like the equivalent of street alcohol?
You guys don't have moonshine? You ever seen moonshine? It's just like it's moonshine. Is
I
what it is.
I've seen moonshine on there's this show this show on I think it's on A&E, Moonshiners, where they go and
Yeah,
they make it out in the mountains.
that's what it is. That's
Okay,
exactly what it is.
but in prison.
And it smells and tastes like rubbing alcohol when you're done.
Wow.
Yeah, real shit. Like rubbing alcohol, and it's that clear and it's that strong.
Man, and how popular is something like that? That white lightning in prison.
Very, very, very.
And is it um to get buzzed or to forget about your problems? Um why would somebody want to get a buzz like that in prison?
Well, like I was mentioning earlier, you live the same day over and over and over for the rest of your life in here. Nothing changes. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to have the same exact day that I had today.
Mm, I can see that
See what I'm
now.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So you have, and alcohol and drugs are more prevalent on higher security prisons
You have 60 seconds remaining.
because you're in your cell so much, you know. So you will see it a lot more on a higher level institution because there's nothing going on, and so you get high and drink to forget about being stuck in this prison cell all day long for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And you know what?
Absolutely.
That never been in prison, they might be thinking, they have those substances in prison. Like, I thought prison wouldn't have things like that because you're blocked off from the world. You don't have contact with the outside world. But it's not, from what you're saying, that's not accurate.
It's amazing what an apple can make. Okay.
Eh, I know our call's about to hang up, Ricky. If you want to go ahead and give us a call back, and I got way more questions for you right now. All right, let me see. Hey, Sancho Road, I love this, bro. My first time on a call. Really? This is the first time you catch one of these calls? Hey, man, thank you for tapping in. I do appreciate all of you guys. Let me see. Let me see. Somebody wrote, do you follow Chris Watts? I think his name is. I'm not sure who Chris Watts is. Let me see. Tuesday morning at 4:53. Is that the time right now, or was it that the time right there in the UK? Let me. Solana wrote, when he's eligible to be released or parole. So he went to his parole hearing like last week. Hush money. Hey, what's up, Sanchez 818? So he should be out by he said in August. So 120 days from last week. That's how that's calculated.
This call is now being recorded. Global Tel Link. You have a prepaid call from
Ricky Black.
an incarcerated individual at the Centinela State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
You a Jays fan? Let me see.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's happening, my man?
All right, Ricky. So I got a question for me right now. Somebody's asking, Vix is asking, are you a Jays fan? So I have a Toronto Blue Jays hat on. So just so we're all on the same page, whenever you guys see me wearing these hats and whatnot, I'm not into sports like that. I just like the hats. So, a lot of times I wear LA hats or Charger hats or Rams hats. I'm not into sports like that. So, whatever team you like, I'm cool with it. I'm not, I'm not a fan like that. I just like the cool logos or the colors or whatever. Or I've got a shirt. Like today, I put a blue shirt on and I got a Toronto Blue Jays hat on. So, it matched my shirt and I feel like wearing it. So hopefully, that clears up any questions that anybody gets. Because sometimes somebody will come in and they'll drop like 49ers or the Raiders and it's nothing to me, you know.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I got a comment from Sancho 311. He writes, "Thanks for answering my question. I believe people change, and God forgives."
Yes, I'm so glad that he does, and I'm so glad that we can change. Absolutely.
Let me see. And then we had a question from I think Solana, and she's asking, "When you get out, are you done with your gang?"
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. They've done nothing for me in 25 years. Absolutely. I'm living my life for me. For me. Nobody else.
Thank you. Let me see. And then I got another one from Solana's asking, "Better alone or with a cellmate?"
Better alone.
And why is that? Because you don't have to interact or deal with somebody in close quarters.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of compromise. When you have a cellmate, like, I'm in here by myself. I don't need another man to live with. You know,
Hmm.
maybe a woman, but not a man. I don't want to. I don't want to live with another man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah. You know what? Even
Yeah.
I think even Ricky, after some time, there'll be some issues, even if it was a woman. Something like or bother somebody, whether it's you're tapping your finger on the toilet or something. The smallest things are gonna bother you, whether you don't.
I would enjoy it. I would enjoy any irritation, okay, from a woman. All right.
She might not flush the toilet after she drops one. She might forget to flush. Drop one, flush one. She might forget the flushing part after that. So that might be
Well,
another.
in CDC we got a thing in here that you only get 2 flushes every 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So
And that
better to live by yourself, right?
Oh man. Let me see. I'll go to the next question, Ricky. We got a question from Scammy Claus, and they're asking, what's your biggest fear about being released and in the outside world?
Zero, none. I'm excited, and I look forward to the struggles and the challenges that all you guys face every day. Life is full of obstacles, right? And once you get over one obstacle, there's another obstacle waiting for you, or maybe a flat tire, or your windshield cracks on your car, because of rock on the highway or something. Like, I can't wait to have those problems. I can't wait to look for a job. I can't wait to pay my rent. Like all of that stuff, like I can't wait. I look forward to it.
Yeah, well, I will tell you this, Ricky. The world's definitely changed since the last time you were out here. You're gonna see a lot of things that might raise your eyebrows, if you will,
Well,
when you're
listen,
out and about.
I know. I heard. I heard.
Hey, you know what, Ricky? When I go down to pick you up, Ricky, we're gonna have to stop at a few stops. When we're heading back to LA, because I'm gonna have to introduce you to all
Yeah.
these new technologies that's out here. I'm gonna have to capture those moments. Ricky's first
Yeah.
interactions with technology, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm going to be hungry, so find us a good place to eat breakfast.
Hey, Ricky, we're gonna find many places to eat breakfast, lunch, and
All
dinner.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the best thing of
I
it all,
can't wait.
I'm gonna share with you guys. You guys are listening right now. Just remember, once August comes around, definitely be on the lookout, because I'm gonna capture as much as I can in the time we do spend spend on that drive. So I'm excited. I haven't been back. I haven't.
Yeah.
By that time I go up there, if you're the next individual that does come out this year, it's gonna be a year. The last person that came out that I captured was Jeremiah, and that was back in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been some time.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. I don't even know what that's going to look like, but I can't wait. I honestly can't wait, man. It's going to be amazing.
And I was thinking about something today while I was driving. So I'm not sure how often you talk to people, before they get released, or how much of it you see once they get taken away. But how long are you able to? Do you know how long you're able to hold on to your tablet once they call you up to be released?
So you hold on to your tablet, even in R&R. So right before they are about to take you to the gate,
Hmm.
they want you to call you. They want you to call your gate pickup and tell them that you'll be coming out, in the next 20 minutes or so. So
So in theory, if I'm standing out there recording, I could be on the phone with you. You could
yeah,
you could call me. Okay, okay. So we might do that,
it,
Ricky.
it, it might be possible.
Okay.
Uh, there's a processing phase. You go up there and you get processed though.
Yeah.
So there might be some of that because you do your fingerprints and
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
stuff like that. So
So yeah, I think that's something that I would like to do, if possible. Whatever amount of time that we could get you on the phone, up until you can't
yeah,
use the phone anymore, and then we'll capture the rest once you jump off that van.
yeah,
I think that'll be pretty cool.
yeah. Me too. We'll definitely work on it.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and read off some of these comments over here. Let me see. The one and only Big J writes, "That's in humane conditions," and I think he was referring to what you were going through in Corcoran and Shoe.
Yeah. Listen, when I first got off the bus in Corcoran Shoe, they put me in a holding tank in a hallway for 24 hours waiting to put me in a cell.
And is that something they do on purpose, or is it they don't have any bed space? Would you happen to know why? Why is it that you got to wait 24 hours before getting to your bed,
Well,
or to your cell?
they can't they can't just put you in any cell because someone could come up murdered like that. So there's a processing that takes place, and they basically put you in a one man holding tank, and that's where you sleep, man, until they find you a bed. And sometimes you could be there 2 to 3 days waiting. You know, Piss
So
them in a cup. They'll bring a cup to piss in.
so what's happening in the background? The administration needs to find out that there is any threats against your life, or they also have to make sure that if they are putting you in a cell with somebody else, that you guys are compatible and there isn't any issues.
Yeah,
Is that some of? Okay.
yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. Let me see. I got a comment from Sancho 310. He writes, "I did 8 years feds. I know how that feels."
Yeah, yeah. Wonder what federal joint he was in.
Maybe he'll share that with us. If it does come up, I'll go ahead and let you know. Let me see. J2 Fresh writes, yeah, I used to wear fresh Levi pants while I was in there back in 2007. Hey, did they bring that? I heard they had brought the Levi pants. What ended up ever happening with that? Do they allow them now, or is that a gray area, or what happened?
So a bunch of people went and bought these $70 pants, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody wears them. Nobody wears them. It's rare that you see somebody wear them. Everybody has a pair, but no one wears them because there's no place to wear them.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the desert. We're in the middle of the desert. Listen, we're going to be 101 degrees here on Wednesday. All right. There's nowhere you can't wear your Levi's to work. You can't wear them to school. You can't wear them to visiting. You can't wear them to the chow hall. The only place you can wear them to is in the day room or the yard. That's it. And we're already going to reach 100 degrees this week. So you can't be wearing Levi's, my man. It's too hot. All right.
Yeah. So everybody has a bunch of Levi's that they could brag about that they got up here.
Yeah, they're just taking up space. You're taking up space in your locker. Like, you don't have a lot of space to be putting this stuff. You got Levi's, but you can't wear them. Like, what are you going to do with them?
Uh,
Really? It's silly.
hey,
It's silly.
can you wear
Not
Levi?
like back in the day.
Can you wear Levi's out to visiting?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
You can't wear nothing out there personal to visiting.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, I think in 2007, you probably could wear them to visiting and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
man, you can't wear those pants anywhere. And plus, how are you going to wash them? You got to wash them by hand when they get dirty. How do you wash a brand new pair of 501s in a bucket by hand?
Oh man, you watch those 501s, Ricky. There, that's it. It's a wrap. There, you might as well just throw them away. Especially if it's the hard Levi's, the blue ones. Can't wash those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Listen, what do you take a wet rag to them and then iron them? Like, how do you
Yeah.
wash them?
Yeah.
What if they get dirty? What if they get dirty? Like, what do you do with them?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just got a pair of pants. What do you do with them?
Not wear them apparently, not in Centinela at least. So if you got a man up there, if you got a man up there and he's asking you for some Levi pants, don't do it. Don't buy them those Levi's because they're gonna say folded up and they're just gonna be taking up space in his locker.
Matter of fact, I think David's one of the only ones that I see wear his pants.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he was the only ones that I think he's one of the only ones that I see. And you can't have a belt. We don't have belts in here, so yeah.
So what do you use? Like a shoelace, or can you sew them? So you don't need so you don't have to put a belt if you got them a little bit bigger.
Hey, these guys figure them out somehow, right? But you ain't got no belt. You gotta make something. Some homemade thing that's gonna hold them up.
All right, Ricky. So I'm gonna go on to the next one. We got a question from Selena. And Selena's asking, what does his daughter think about your crime? Do you guys ever talk about it?
Yeah, yeah, we have. They can't wait. They can't wait because they've heard so much stuff, and we've only talked a little bit about it, but they can't wait to talk to me about it outside of here and ask me all the questions. You know, because they've heard a lot of things over the years, and they really want to get into some of the things that they've been told, and they want to ask me questions about it because they've heard a lot, from different people,
Mm-hmm.
and so you know, there's only so much you can only say so much on these phones,
Yeah.
really, but you got to be in person and talking about this stuff.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
For people to really, see, how it's affected you and impacted you, and they can see your facial expressions and, all those things, man. Because saying things over the phone, you're not seeing me, I'm not seeing them. It's totally different.
Yeah. Well, Ricky, you know what
They're
that?
not happy. They're not happy about it at all. It's taken me out of their life for 25 years. So they're not happy with it at all.
I could imagine there has to be some resentment. You know,
Yeah,
he's been in prison
absolutely.
for their whole life, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Let me. I'm gonna read out some of these comments for you right now. Hey, what's up, Rhonda? How's it going? Let me see. J2 Fredge writes, "It's not the place to be, y'all. It's a whole nother world and a lot of politics." Let me see. And then he also writes, "You don't know what you're eating for reals. The cook spit in your food too." Hey, so who makes the food right there where you're at, Ricky? Do you guys make it there on that yard, or does it come from one of the other yards?
Yeah, A yard. A yard is where the kitchen's at.
Oh, okay.
They do most of the cooking, and then they send it over here to our yard.
Wow.
And they don't like our yard, okay? They don't like our yard, all right?
That's why I was asking who makes your food. Oh, man.
Dude, there's sometimes these guys find screws and stuff in their food. I don't eat it.
Yeah.
Like there's only a couple things that I eat. That's it.
Uh,
So
damn. Hey, I know the phone's about to hang up. All right, so these calls only last 15 minutes. Ricky should be calling us back shortly in the next moment or two. For anybody that's interested in listening to Ricky's backstory, I would recommend or suggest for you guys to jump on over to our other platform at Collect Call From. You can also find that on our profile link at Collect Call From. And if you go to a playlist, look up Ricky Black, and he does go into details, uh, you know, his journey, or his earliest memory as a child up until where he's at now in his journey. And we did this interview about, man, it's probably been about a year and a half now since we did that interview, and we did it over numerous phone calls, over numerous days, and he did provide a lot of good insight into what his mentality was when he was going through these things. All right, he's calling back.
This call is now being
This
recorded.
is Global Tel Link. You have a prepaid call from
Ricky Black.
an incarcerated individual at the Centinela State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
Cinco.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Man, so I'm reading some of the comments right now that we're talking about the pruno. You know how we were talking about the pruno a few
Yeah.
minutes back, and somebody had mentioned that they would throw you in the hole when they would catch you making pruno. Is that still correct now, or how do they handle those type of situations now?
You get a write up. They'll write you up. You don't go to the hole here in California for little stuff like that. You got to do big stuff to go to the hole here. Like I've been in riots in California and not even be put in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get a write up.
Okay. Yeah, and I know a lot of things have changed, in the recent years. So a lot of things that would get you in lockup before, but I don't think they get you in lockup anymore. So I could imagine for Pruno.
Yeah, half of the 25 years that I've been incarcerated has been in the shoe in the hole. So I spent 12 years in the shoe, before coming out here and spending the rest of my time here. So yeah, so it's not very easy to go to the shoe no more. It's kind of outdated thing in California.
Let me see. So I'm reading through the comments. Hey, Sancho wrote, "Can I cash app you a few dollars for his lunch on his day out? Hey, if you want to, no pressure from me." Uh, hey, but hey, thank you for even saying that. Highly appreciated.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, for Ricky's first meal is gonna be on Sancho 310, brought to you and sponsored by Sancho.
Yeah. Yes. Something good,
Yeah.
right?
Let me see here. Let me see. The real and only Big J he's asking, did he have any issues in jail due to being in a gang?
I don't know. I never have. Like, when you're living that life, man, like, nothing's a problem. So But we got gangs. We're used to living side by side here in prison, and yeah, you get in riots and you beef and things like that. But for the most part in here, man, everybody minds their p's and q's. But I was a validated gang member, man. So when I came in on this term, I went right to the shoe, and everything was segregated. Only like us and the Hispanics went to the yard together, and the blacks and the Northerners went to their own yards together. So it's totally different. And then pretty soon they came out with the dog kennels, and then we were all on single cell walk alone. We all went to the cages by ourselves, and so that was a wrap on that. But you have your issues in here, so but they're managed well. Get used to it, I guess.
Hey, Ricky, we just had Iceman show up in the chat, and he writes, "What up, bro?"
Oh, nice. What's up, my man?
And he's asking the $1 million question. He wants to know when are you getting out?
This summer. This summer. I'm hoping that it's like August 2nd or maybe July, the end of July, but early part of August latest. I'm hoping.
And Andy T is asking, what is Ricky's last name? His last name is Black. Ricky Black.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
My man, Ricky Black.
Yeah. Everybody calls me Ricky Black, by the way. They don't call me Ricky. It's kind of strange. I got to say. They do.
Yeah, do. I know. Every time I say Ricky Black. Yep. My man, Ricky Black. Yeah, not only Ricky Black. Yeah, my man, Ricky Black.
Yeah. I say my man a lot, right? So, everyone knows, like, when I'm talking, like, I'm probably the only one on the yard that says it. So,
yeah, that's
for some reason everyone likes my name and they call me Ricky Black. What's up, Ricky Black? I'm like, all right, going by my full name here.
Let me see. So I got let me see. I got another question from Sancho 310, and he's asking, can you ask him if he's worried on getting out on the politics side? I'm not understanding that question.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm my own man. I stand on my own 2 feet. I make my own decisions, and I'm not concerned with what other people are doing or what they're saying, man. Like, I've lived that life, and it's not who I am today. And hey, more power to those, man, who want to, if they want to come in prison and spend the rest of their life in here, maybe they should call their brothers or their uncles or their cousins who are doing life and get a reality check, because this place right here is for losers, and it absolutely destroys families. Absolutely destroys families. And it's people who are politicking, they don't even know. They don't even know what they're getting into. There's only death and life in prison, if you're politicking. So, I have a lot of empathy for them, for those who want to live that life,
Thank you for sharing that, Ricky. And Rhonda's typing, that's right. Nobody cares what anybody thinks. 100% facts, she writes.
Yeah, it took a long time to get there to realize that, because when you're a gang member living that life, you worry about what everybody's saying. It's almost like you're in high school the whole time. But the truth be told, when you mature and you're taking care of family and things like that, like you're raising your daughter and things like that, the only thing that matters to you is what your wife and your daughters and your family think of you. What the outside people are talking about, this is no different. It's about you taking care of your family and your responsibilities, man, and that's where your value's at, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
And you said something that's interesting right there. At prisons like high school, and if you really think about it, when you go when you're in that system, and you keep on going back and you go back, year after year, decade after decade, it's always like you're going back to school because you don't fit in on the street anymore. You're so out of touch on the things that are happening in the street that you can't relate with these people, but you can relate with all the people in prison because you guys are on the same path.
listen, I feel like a kid. I'm 54 years old, and I still feel like I'm in my 20s, right? Like I haven't even like been. I've been in prison with all of these dudes that haven't grown up. Nobody's grown up in here. Everybody's like kids. Everybody. And it's hard to have a mature conversation or talk about mature things because it's called an arrested
Arresting
development.
them. Yep.
Like yeah, arrested development, man. Your development as a human being gets arrested in here and it stops. And I still feel like I'm 29 years old. I still work out hard. I still play sports. I still do all the things that I did at 29. Like it's interesting. Like you would think at 54, I'd be bald, gray, fat, broke down, but no, nothing like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, I know, and
I'm
I
serious.
know, you work out. So yeah, that definitely has to help you out and staying in shape.
So, and I still think like I came in 25 years ago. Not think like immaturity, being involved with gangs and all that criminality and stuff, but like my thoughts are still from 25 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
of myself, and man, yeah, it's a trip, man.
All right.
I wish there was a way I could explain it. I was more articulate to explain to the audience what I'm talking about the arrested development and thinking I'm feeling like I'm 29 when I'm 54, right? It's interesting.
We're gonna have to set up a call with Silas. Silas, he'll be articulated all day. He'd be dropping those $10 words. So
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
let me see, Ricky. I got another one for you. I got another one for you right here, Ricky. Let me see. Can you ask him how many DRs he's had since you've been in? Or
I think that's write-ups.
115s. Yeah, how many 115s?
Yeah. So I'm not a big 115 guy. All of mine are pretty serious when I get them, but I've only had 8 in 25 years.
Oh, 8. Okay. And what was the highest points you reached in those 25 years?
I think I had like 136 or 147, something like that.
Okay, that's not too crazy. Man, Silas told me he had like 200 and something. I was like, what? Damn, Silas, what are you doing in there?
Hey, listen,
Uh huh.
getting caught for everything that he done.
Uh huh.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what that is. Yeah, that's when you get caught for everything. You get that many write-ups.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see. Rhonda wrote in here. My son has had 2 and 14 years.
Yeah, that's good. He's doing good. That's not bad. It's real easy. It's real easy to get write-ups in here, but it's real easy to follow the rules too. I mean, truth be told.
Yeah, I would. I mean, well, some right there in Santa Elena, right? It's a little bit easier, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some other places it might be a little bit harder because you got more things going on.
Listen, I've been in the worst spots that you can. I've been in Kern Valley, and I opened up Tehachapi Max, and that place was rocking. That place was rocking every single day. I got one right up there, and that's
it. Let me see. I got another question for you. From Solana, she's asking, what is the first meal he would wish for when coming home?
I don't know. Like, I think about it. Like, I know it's going to be morning time when you pick me up, and I was thinking, like, because I'm a breakfast guy, I really like biscuits and gravy, and I haven't had real biscuits and gravy. But there's that other part of me, like, I need some greasy meat. Like, I want something that tastes good, that's juicy, that has flavor in it. Like, so, and I can't think of, like, what is that? What is that meal? What does that look like? I don't know.
Like a steak or a burger or what are you envisioning?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to see it and smell it first, right?
We might have
Because
to.
we don't get real. We don't. You shop around, all right?
No, I think what we might end up doing is Ricky. We're gonna have to order. We're gonna have to order. We're gonna have to split the meals. When we go to the spot, you're gonna order a steak. I order a burger, and we just cut it in half, and bam, we'll trade it off. So like that, you have the best of both worlds.
Because we don't get real meat in here. We get sausage. Like we get, there's things in the packages that you get, but it's all in the pouch.
Yeah.
It's not cooked up on the grill, none of that stuff. So I don't know, man. Like, you smell something, your mouth gets watery, and you go, I don't know what that is, but I want it. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we
I
got a
don't know
few
what it
months.
looks like.
We got 4 months to figure it out. So we'll come up with some ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Round up with T-bone steak.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got a question from Andy, and this one I would rather not for it not to
This
be answered.
call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Andy was asking which gang did he run with, if he can say. I'd rather not him, mention it just because I wouldn't want to promote, or anybody to think that we're promoting his old gang.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I agree. But I used to I ran with the white gangs here in California prison. So if you know any of the white gangs that was here, I was a validated gang member, and that's what I used to run with.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Ricky? Melissa put not like Mr. 482 DR wanting parole. So we watched these parole board hearings in Connecticut, and there was this guy. He had 482 write-ups in the last the last 40 years. So everybody's
Didn't get away with nothing.
nothing. He was
Didn't
getting
get
caught
away
all the
with
time.
nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a dumb criminal. That's a dumb criminal.
Yep. Hey, I got time for one more call, Ricky. If you want to call back.
Yeah, I'll call you back on that.
All right.
All right.
So Whitney's asking, is he getting out on parole? Yeah, he is. He is gonna get out on parole. He went to the parole board last week. He was found suitable. So in California, he has to wait 120 days before he could come out. So I think in the last 30 days they send his information up to the governor, and then the governor, if he doesn't do anything, then he'll come out. If there's any issues, they could send him back to name bank hearing or a recession hearing, if you will. So hopefully that doesn't happen to him, but you never know with the state of California. Recently they've been sending a lot of people back to bank hearings. Hey, what's up, AZ? How's it going? Hey, friends. Let me see. Are prisoners allowed out to family funerals? That is probably a rare occurrence, Jeanette. No, I think it'll be very hard to be able to, especially if you're on a level, if you have level 4 points, or if you're a lifer. I don't see that. I don't see that happening unless you got like like you're really connected. I don't even think the Menendez brothers were able to pull something like that. For sure, they would have been all over the news if they were able to attend somebody's funeral. Let me see. Why do they get moved around so much? It's for various reasons. Sometimes they're opening new prisons. Sometimes they want to move people around because they're a threat to the facility.
This call is now being
This is
recorded.
Global Tel-Link. You have a prepaid call from
Ricky Black.
an incarcerated
Golden
individual
Corral.
at
Golden
the
Corral is a
Centinela
buffet.
State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
Cinco.
Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so let me see. We got a question from the one and only Big J, and he's asking who pays for these calls. Do you wanna answer that one, Ricky?
They're for free. In California, they're for free.
Free 99, my favorite price. So about 2 or 3 years ago, they ended up passing this, I guess, a law or whatever you want to call it, and where it made calls from individuals in prison for free to to anybody. So they could call anywhere in the world. Ricky, if he wants, he could call the UK. He could call Scotland. He could call Scotland Yard.
Ireland.
Ireland. Yeah, he could call
Yeah.
anywhere. Yep.
Yeah.
They're free
Thanks to the
99.
governor.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Thanks to the governor, he hooked us up.
the reason they did that was to promote the reason they to promote what was it family interaction with
Yeah.
your family, family support and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were getting over on us also
Yeah.
on the payment. It was outrageous. And so the governor finally stepped in and said, hey, they wanted to promote good family ties. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. Big Money's asking. Let me see. The one and only Big J saying he could tell him to call me, and Big Money saying he could call me as well. So Big Money's asking, what level security are you right now?
I'm on a 3. I'm on a 3-yard.
And are you a righteous level 3 or are you on a level 4 override?
Yeah, I'm a level 4 inmate, but I got a behavioral override for being good.
Okay, thank you. And then we got two more questions that just came in. We got one from I think it's Pebbles, and they want to know what year did you go in, and times have changed.
2000. I came in 2000. St. Patrick's Day, 2000.
Wow.
So 25 years. Yeah, 25 years, 1 month right now. Crazy.
Let me see.
Absolutely crazy.
Big Money wrote, my older brother's in federal is a federal inmate here in Canada, life sentence. I thought Canada didn't give life sentences. I thought that was like just a U.S. thing.
Yeah, it's the news to me. Yeah,
Hey,
Canada, huh?
he must be in. Is he in Her Majesty's prison? Because in Canada, I think like other prisons, they're named after. I know for sure the UK they named other prisons their prisons Her Majesty. In Canada, I think that might be the same thing, but I'm sure somebody will correct me. Also, in Canada, a life sentence is 25 years.
Wow, that's just yeah. That's it. 25. All right.
We got a question from Pomona underscore virus, and they're asking, can you ask him if the level 4s are flipping?
No, no, no. And they never.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And his
Like
brother.
they're gonna.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you got it.
And they're gonna have a hard time with this level 3. Like my guess is they're gonna shut this yard down. By the end of the year, this yard's probably gonna be shut down. That's my educated guess.
Because no far. How many people do you think they transferred in so far? Since
Probably 20, maybe 20.
And do you know how many have stayed there?
Half. Only half the people that they've brought in so far have stayed. So they probably brought in 40, and only half have stayed.
Mm.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
And why do you think that is, Ricky?
Yeah, because people are afraid, man. They're afraid to of what other people think of them, and they think like when they get out they'll be killed because they were on this yard, on an NDF yard. Anyone that's on an NDF yard is in the hat in California prison. You're considered no good. If you want to program and do your time and go home, you're considered no good in California prisons. That's a fact.
And why do you think that is? As far as not wanting to stay there, is it because when they go back like to their neighborhoods, like let's say they live like in L.A. and they live in a gang infested neighborhood, that would follow them back into their neighborhoods, right?
Absolutely, and that's why they have that, and that's why they're afraid, because they'll get smoked, they'll get killed, fool. Straight up, they'll get killed. and I get it, and I understand it. You know, their whole families live in the same neighborhood. Their cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, everybody from the same neighborhood. And you know, you come to a programming yard, an NBF yard, you're considered no good in California.
Yeah, I can
That's
definitely.
sad. That's that's sad that you'll be killed for that. It's not like you told on somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Mhm.
you told on somebody or you did something wrong. You're just trying to get out and go home to be with your family, get your freedom back. But in California, you'll get killed for that. That does not make sense, my man. You would think gangs would be like, hey, let's all get out of prison so we can live our life and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they all want to come in here and stay. They all want to come in here and stay. And that don't make sense. There's no women in prison. You come in here, you can't be with a woman, right? That don't make sense to me. That's like, there's some things that just you just think you go, hey, I can't be with my family, I can't be with my lady, can't be with my kids. I'm stuck in prison. Like, and it's expensive in here. It's expensive for your family to take care of you in here,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know why anybody would want to come in here or consider somebody no good and want to kill them because they want to go home. They want to get out. Like, man, that just don't make sense to me, my man. Just
Hmm.
don't.
It's backwards sometimes, Ricky.
Listen, my man. This is the 21st century. Motherfuckers need to get with the program, all right?
Hey, Ricky, I got another question from the only truth in the work. He's asking con respeto, with respect. James, if you can you ask a question? Do you know? Do you know if they are deporting everyone that gets paroled with an ICE hold? Have you?
They do.
They do.
They do. I had a buddy get deported back to Mexico just a few years ago. So, and I know they still do it today.
So as soon as on that release date, ICE or immigration will be waiting for them at the gate.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not surprised, especially right now. Yeah, the way the administration is right now, they're not letting anybody go. They're getting abuelitas, they're getting grandpas, they're getting people with have
yeah,
cancer.
yeah,
They don't care. Those are like easy pickings right there. But they're getting it, to
yeah.
show the numbers, the statistics. They're showing that he really wants to show that he's getting everybody. So yeah, I see that
A lot
happening.
of these, a lot of these dudes from El Salvador in here that are here, they're worried that they're going to come snatch them up right now and take them to that prison.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, they're worried.
Let me see the one in only Big J writes ICE has a 72 hours to pick them up. I am an officer. Sheen Gators. We got La Migra. Are you like a police officer or you're La Migra?
Sheesh, sheesh.
Ay, ay,
I want to
ay.
be your friend. I want to be your friend. All right.
Let me see. Brittany's asking, will he stay in California after his release? Oh shit, he's La Migra,
Yeah.
Chin Gators, he's immigration. But in New York, he's in New York.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay in California until I at least get off parole.
And then the one and only Big J wants to know, no gang will come after him when he gets released.
No. 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 I didn't. I haven't done anything in regards to anyone wanting to hunt me down or anything like that. You know, I just walked away from the gang and retired, man. You know, living my own life. You know, I did that when I was young. It's a young man's game, not an old man's game. You know, so I haven't did nothing to cause any harm to anybody. So you know, I have no concerns there.
And then Big Money wants to know, will you ever get out? And Ricky had actually answered this earlier on, but I'll go ahead and if he wants to answer it again.
Yeah, I got found suitable for parole and getting out this summer.
So, hey, be ready. Ricky, summer 2025, coming to a local beach near
Hit me
you.
up. Hit me up. Listen, hit me up. I'm looking for my first date. All right. You hit me up.
There it
We could
is.
go somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Single. So take my mug shot off that thing and put my picture up there,
No, but just
James.
put
All
the
right.
picture with the ponytail and the slingshot.
Got me a mug shot up there.
Yeah. So, hey, so if anybody wants to
I don't
reach,
even know.
if somebody wants to reach out to you, Ricky, how can they get a hold of you?
They can hit you up. You get my Ricky Black P00303. I'm at Sinella Prison. You know, hit me up.
Well, there it
First
is.
date. First date in 25 years. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm excited about it.
Hey, hey, and
All
if you
right.
if you if you are able to get a date on here, let me know. I'll go capture Ricky's first date after 25 years, fresh on the streets.
Yeah. I don't even know what that would look like, but you know, I can't wait though. I really, know.
Right,
Yeah,
Ricky.
I can't wait. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
the one and only
This
Big J,
call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
the one and only Big J says I would cover the cost for his first date.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's in Centinela State Prison in California, the state of California.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're down to about 3 minutes before our call gets disconnected. Ricky, is there anything else that you would like to leave our audience with before we part ways?
I really want to thank the voters in California for voting for Prop 57. You guys voted for Prop 57, and you have changed the lives of a lot of us in here in prison. And it's having a positive impact on our families and our communities and on me. If Prop 57 would have never been passed, I would never be going home this summer. So I want to thank each and every one of you who participate in voting. I appreciate you and I owe you a big debt of gratitude. So thank you. But also stay safe. Be kind to others, you know. Being kind is easy. Hating others is hard. So thank all of you guys for calling in and asking questions. I truly appreciate all of you.
For sure. And you know what? And we should probably set up a video visit. Whenever you have time, we'll go ahead and get you on the screen so everybody could, see you live in the flesh and you could interact with them like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to let me know.
Okay.
Anytime on the weekend, you
All
know?
right. All right. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments. We got Jeanette. She writes to take care, Ricky. Big J. He writes, I wish him nothing but the best. Melissa, hit him up for a first date, if you will. Chacha writes, best to you, Ricky. Let me see. And I think that's it.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Richie wrote, wow. Let me see. Sancho 310 writes, take care, brother, and God bless you. And K wrote, if you will, laughing my A off. Whitney writes, have a good night. Wish you well. Hey, Ricky. Hey, well, it was a
Yeah,
pleasure having you on. Conversating with you for the last 2 hours or so. Like I said around here,
thank you.
life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it lights out. And with that, we are out.
That's
And
right.
Ricky said, "Good luck, Ricky. Big money. Take care, Ricky. Heads up."
All right, my man. You have a good night.
All right, guys. And with that, we are out of here. You guys go ahead and have a good night. And I'll see you guys mañana, nice and early. All right. And with that, we are out. A rato.
All right, James.
All right, Ricky.
Thank you, my man.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
You're welcome. All right. All right. Let me see.